This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Overrated, underrated with Ryder and Lisa.
I'm going to go with something that happens annually that I think is extremely overrated, and I'm going to say Amazon Prime Day. I just looked through all of the stuff. Well, not all the stuff, obviously, but enough stuff to see, all right, is this worth the discount? No, none of it. Maybe a Roomba.
But isn't that kind of the point? Maybe you go find one thing.
Yeah, I guess so. It's not like I'm looking for something right now.
Right. So if you find one thing, you're like, wow, I got a great deal on blank.
Okay, there's a meme that's gone viral today, though, that I think is really funny. And it says, Prime Day has become too commercialized, and everyone has forgotten the true meaning of the holiday. He died for you people. And it's a photo of, what's his name?
Jeff Bezos?
No, from
Jesus?
from Transformers. Optimus Prime.
Okay.
That's funny. That is funny humor to me. But yeah, if anybody is specifically looking for something on Amazon Prime today or tomorrow for their deals, tell me what it is, because maybe I'll get jealous and then I'll want one.
Okay, fair enough.
What is a sweet deal right now? There's like influencers I follow that create these pages where they show all the stuff that will have a deal that they recommend in like fashion, makeup.
Right. They're likely all getting paid to post that stuff.
They do. They get commission for it. Closet organization. And I always look through it, and I think I'm going to have a life like them at some point, and be organized and have great fashion. But I can never justify the price.
No.
Even with these discounts. So I just think the whole thing is overrated. Some people live for this day, though.
I prefer in-store mega sales as well, like Bay Days.
You like to go and physically feel the items.
Yeah, like you go and like, oh, these are really great shoes, but I'm not going to find those likely on Amazon. I'm not going to know that they fit.
Right.
Same with like, I got two of the best pairs of golf pants that I own 2 years ago, probably during Bay Days, and like I would have never stumbled upon that online and realized like how high quality they were.
Were those the pants you were wearing just the other day at golfing?
Yeah, I believe so.
Those are nice pants. Like I actually noticed them. I was like, those are really nice.
Yeah, and they were like $25 each.
There are some people that love online shopping, and they justify getting stuff that doesn't fit properly by saying, well, you could just return it. I'm like, that sounds exhausting.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
Constantly having to return items. I don't know. It's not the life for me.
So as we mentioned, there is a very cool event happening at Southgate coming up on Friday, and you're a little sad you're going to be on vacation and miss out on it this year.
Yeah.
I tried to get you to say what I knew you were thinking yesterday about what excites you most about this event, and this is how the conversation unfolded.
A lot of dogs there. The weather was nice.
And?
I mean, the shopping mall is right there.
And?
What do you want me to say? That there were hotties left, right, and center? Yeah, there were. Okay?
That's what went down yesterday.
So this is the first responders barbecue that's happening this Friday between 11 and 3 in Southgate's South parking lot.
A lot of firefighters, a lot of paramedics.
Yeah, it's a good time.
A lot of hotties. You didn't want to say it, though. There was something about, what is it? Like maybe sexualizing these people that are doing great work?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, as much as I understand that, then last night on TikTok, you just really go for it.
Because my algorithm changed. My phone was listening.
And now it's just nothing but hot firefighters.
Now it's just firefighter content. And what am I supposed to do about it? How am I supposed to change that?
Well, I just find it funny that yesterday you were so proper during the day, and then...
Well, come nighttime, we're all a different person at night.
The sun sets, and the real Lisa comes out. So in this video, you stitched a short video of a firefighter just like smiling, his jawline's just bouncing around. And then it shows you pushing a large candle onto the carpet. Meaning like, get over here, firefighters, I need some help.
We're burning down the neighborhood.
Yeah. I just found the contrast of the two different Lisas we saw yesterday very interesting.
Yeah, well, like I said,
ethical in the morning.
Yeah. What's that famous line?
Lady in the street and a freak in the sheets.
Freak in the sheets.
There is a story going viral about a woman who worked at Subway in her early 20s that she shared a story on Twitter about the worst sub that she ever made. And I think it might be the only one I've heard that's worse than yours. When I was behind you, I watched you get a turkey. If I'm not mistaken, you got no cheese, extra spinach,
Yeah.
lettuce, which if you're going with the spinach, you can't get the lettuce too. They're the same family. It's just like pickles and cucumbers in my mind. You got to pick one. Pick a lane. Anyway, you did turkey, no cheese, extra spinach, lettuce, and then got it just covered in mustard. It looked like...
It was good.
Was it?
It did the trick.
Yeah, it could have been much better with just a few little tweaks. So this is worse, though. I'm going to share this story from @PB and Garlic.
Now, should we give a warning to anyone that is a foodie or very passionate about how they make their sandwiches? Because I have a feeling some people listening will get a bit distraught with what this woman put on her sandwich.
Insane. Okay, the warning's been thrown out. While I worked at Subway in my early 20s, I made many questionable sandwiches, but there is one I will never forget. I think about this sandwich at least once a week. It haunts my nightmares. I sincerely worry about the person who ordered it. It was a group of high school students that came in. I served the second girl in the group. She wanted a foot long on white bread. Cool. Double provolone and double American cheese. I can respect that. Does she want it toasted? No. Veggies? No. Sauce? Yes, ranch, please. Now, I'm not denying people who have the taste buds of a toddler the privilege of watching your sandwich come together before your very eyes.
This person's a great storyteller. Okay, so far we've got white bread, 2 different types of double cheese, and now ranch.
Yeah. The girl wanted ranch dressing, so I put ranch 2 lines on her sandwiches. More, please, she said. I put 2 more lines of ranch on her sandwich. More, please. I put another 2 lines, her visibly annoyed at this point. More than that. She's irritated now. Just keep going, she says. I stare at her refillable squeeze bottle in hand. You want more than this?
Okay, wait, before you continue, this reminds me of the prank that went viral of the guy that went into the Subway and kept asking the sandwich artist to keep toasting it.
Yeah.
To the point where it was black. Burnt. Almost burnt down the establishment.
But eventually you could tell that was a prank. This lady is confident that this wasn't a prank.
Okay.
And I'll get to that at the end of the story.
Okay, continue.
She says, yeah, I'll tell you when to stop. I continue. I'm in disbelief. My soul exits my body as I continue to squirt ranch dressing onto her sandwich. It's more of an open-faced soup at this point.
Ew!
I look at her expecting her to tell me to stop. She doesn't. She wants more. Her friends are looking over at me like it's normal and she does this all the time, but they know she's a little weird. I feel like the waiter in cartoons who is never told when as he grates fresh Parmesan onto someone's pasta.
Oh, yeah. I would keep getting someone to grate Parmesan till I die.
Dear reader, I ran out.
How do you run out of ranch?
She says, do you have another bottle? People with normal human-style sandwiches are passing her in line. Her friends are already paying or sitting down. I don't look at her anymore. I look at my manager standing beside me. He shrugs. We are broken people. I guess grab the other bottle, he says.
If you're just tuning in now, this is apparently one of the worst Subway sandwiches ever created. So far, we've got a foot long of white bread.
Not toasted.
2 types of cheese doubled up. And now a full bottle of ranch has been poured on it.
Anyway, I don't know how I wrapped that thing. She didn't want salt and pepper on it. She just eventually became satisfied with the amount of ranch. I must have blacked out. I just remember how wet it was.
Ew.
She paid for the monstrosity and then sat down and ate with her friends, seemingly without incident. I don't know how. I will never understand how. If I think about it too long, my mind will collapse on itself. Imagining the worst sandwich I ever made. I forgot to add, she did this without a trace of irony on her face. She didn't crack a smile. She didn't laugh. Like, I know this seems crazy. She was stone-faced, serious, dead-ass.
And ate the whole thing sitting in the restaurant?
Yeah, it didn't faze her. This is why you gotta introduce your kids to different foods. so they don't just get into ranch and end up liking it too much and then order something like that.
Don't. That's hitting a bit too close to home for some of our listeners right now. There's probably a kid in the car. I love ranch.
If they're just eating cheese pizza and dunking it in ranch, you're off to a bad start.
Okay, but I still like that.
Talking about strange orders you got as a server or strange things you saw somebody else eat. One of our favorite stories on the show here is about a wife who packs her husband's spaghetti. We got this call years ago.
Yeah.
Spaghetti every day in a Ziploc bag, and then he just cuts off the corner and suckles out.
Sucks it out on his drive into work. And it's like not even heated up. It's leftovers from the night before. Ew.
It's awesome. I think it's
so
awesome.
gross.
It is nasty, but I like it.
Yeah, he owns it.
Yeah.
And she's like proud of him. Like she called our show and told us about it. We were like, what? No. Gary wrote in saying my son loves mustard to the point where he will put it on pizza. I've heard of people putting mustard on strange things. There was a stretch there where there was a TikTok trend where people were dipping their cucumbers, their vegetables in just
And
plain mustard.
watermelon last year.
That was gross. Remember we tried that on air? I was not the biggest fan of that. Jordan wrote in saying, I'm triggered. I served an adult once who got a steak and rice and then asked for ketchup. I watched them literally cut up their steak. They made a soup with the ketchup, rice, and steak. It was horrific.
No.
Yeah, Jordan says, I almost throw up now when I smell ketchup, and it was awful having to clean off the plate. Sick.
Shannon says, I worked at a family restaurant in the 90s, and a family came in and asked for a cold grilled cheese for their son. And I was like, do you want us to cook it and then cool it? Nope. They just wanted the bread buttered. Like on the outside, do you still butter it on the outside like a grilled cheese? I don't know. And just cheese.
I would eat that.
And Brenna says a lady asked me to microwave her milkshake at work once. She preferred it warm.
Does anybody else remember when Tim Hortons tried to do hot smoothies?
Oh, yeah.
It was very short-lived, and I think it's because it tasted like puke. Because it was like a
nasty,
warm, oatmeal-ish.
Yeah, no, you can't.
It was so bad.
What were they thinking?
Were they thinking? Who came up with that?
Yeah, when restaurants think outside the box too far, you're like, get back in your box.
Just stick to what works. And that's why I'm still mad at Tim for getting rid of the turkey club with the what was it? It was like honey mustard or something.
Yeah, that original turkey club was badass.
Gosh, that was the best. Why would you get rid of that?
Play 107, we have confirmation there was a hot smoothie for a short time at Tim Hortons, but they've done a pretty good job of deleting evidence from it from the internet, except for one picture is still online.
Yeah, there's one photo online. They've buried everything else because I think they were embarrassed of how disgusting they were.
There was like a raspberry, caramel, orange, hazelnut.
And it tasted like hot vomit.
Amazing how some songs can just have like one line that they say over and over again. And yet it's a hit song, right? Mm-hmm. You said a line earlier today when we were talking about how it's going to be 32 degrees today, and you're a little cranky.
Okay, no, don't say that.
What?
Everybody wants it to be hot out.
Yeah, I know.
You're exposing me. I didn't know that you were recording.
And I decided it just has enough pizzazz that it deserves to have a song. So I took an EDM track from a local group, Peep This, and I built a little track.
Melanie wrote in saying, because we played the little clip of what I said earlier. Sounds like she's done being good looking. No, that's not what I meant. I meant I'm done being hot from the heat. Colin is the only one that agrees with me so far on the text line, saying, as someone working in construction again this summer, I 100% share Lisa's sentiment regarding the heat. Currently hiding in a tree shadow to mentally prepare myself for 32 degrees.
All right. Well, then, even more of the reason to crank this up. Here it is. Lisa's quote and then the song.
I'm still pissed about it because I'm done with being hot. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with being hot. 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 Hot.
I'm done with being hot.
I'm done.
That's gonna be a hit, hey?
That actually could be a hit. Does anybody want it? You can add it to the background of your next viral TikTok video.
So what is the strangest thing a guest has left behind at your house, or the strangest thing they've done? This one baffles me, from Cassidy. I once had a new coworker and friend spend the night when I was still living at home with my parents. When I got up the next morning, she had raided my parents' pantry and started cooking herself breakfast and making coffee, but she didn't make enough for anyone else. She was just a solo act in there.
The bravery.
Yeah, I even felt weird, like, when I'd stay over at buddies' houses, like, grabbing anything.
Anything. Yeah, I would never. I would always ask permission. And even then, I would be too scared to say something. It's like when you'd be in someone else's vehicle as a kid and you were really hot in the back seat, but you were too shy to ask them to turn the heat off.
Yeah.
Or roll down the window.
Or they're like, you're allergic to smoke, and they're smoking inside the car with the windows rolled up, and
Yes.
you're just dealing with it.
Or they have their window down a bit, but they're ashing and it's like getting on your face. Like, people always ask me where I got these scars.
This text says, I had a friend order himself 5 adult movies on Shaw On Demand in one overnight stay.
5.
I was like, that's commitment. He's like,
Also-
I think it was the drugs.
This sounds like an old story. It's like, you can get that for...
Right. Yeah, you just need,
have to-
need the internet now.
Okay, so I was in high school at the time, and we used to have a bunch of parties there. My parents were very, very good with it. It was at my parents' house, of course. It was just upstairs and downstairs, and we had the downstairs for our parties. So there was probably about 40 people there. My parents were upstairs, kind of doing whatever, watching TV. And at one point, my mom came downstairs, and she grabs me and she says, hey, there's been somebody showering in the upstairs bathroom for about 20 minutes now. Can you go see what's going on? Go get them out, whatever. So I, obviously confused, I go upstairs, I knock on the door a few times, there's no answer, and I'm starting to get worried at this point.
Yeah.
But it was one of those privacy locks, so I just kind of grabbed like a little toothpick or something and popped it open. And when I opened it, there was 2 people, just 2 of my friends, stark naked, getting it on the bathroom floor. And they were using the shower sound for cover. And me at the time, I was a virgin. I don't know if I missed a couple sex ed classes or what, but I had no idea what they were doing, and I was shocked, so I just kind of like kicked him in the back to get his attention. Yeah, and it was they had to leave.
What, do you think they were wrestling?
I have no idea. Whatever.
Wrestling with their tops off?
Yeah. There's an update to Instagram, and it is a new feature there. What are your original thoughts on this?
It's giving me Facebook status vibes, MSN name vibes. So when you go to your DMs, so the little envelope.
Just
in
wait,
the
I gotta
corner.
get through all these hotties messaging me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, now I'm here.
Got it?
Yeah.
And then at the top, do you see there's people's like status updates at the top there?
Oh, yeah.
So they call them notes, and you can click on all of them. So far, these are the notes that people I follow have. This one here says only posting because everyone else is. Another person said, I'm not doing this. We don't need this. Send noodles. This one here says, I remember when Instagram didn't even have notes. This one here says, ooh, we fancy.
All right.
I don't like change. Instagram is dumb as hell. Well, this update is cute. MSN vibes. What do we have here? Yeah, so people are just testing it out for now. What are you writing? Are you doing a note?
No, I'm actually responding to those hotties that I was... No,
Yeah,
just-
right.
I think...
This one here says, I actually think notes could be a really smart business move. Or, sorry, be really smart for businesses. Let's say your favorite boutique has one. And it says, we got a sale today, 20% off the whole store.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's going to get people in the door. They're going to come to your page, see what's happening, where
Sure.
your location is. It could work.
The only thing is, all of these social platforms start off with really cool, unique angles, right? Like you look at originally what Snapchat was about. The disappearing pictures, done.
Filters originated on there.
And the filters were really good on there, exactly. And then Instagram's like, oh no, they're getting popular. Let's steal their entire platform and do the exact same thing. And it worked pretty good. Snapchat is probably not, its trajectory to be the number one social media platform is no longer a thing.
And then TikTok came around, so then Instagram implemented Reels, which is pretty much the same thing as a TikTok. I've noticed Facebook also has the same vibe right now.
Right.
TikTok has stories now. So yeah, they're all copying each other.
And the crappy thing is, like, if your job, you're expecting to have and utilize a platform like these social medias, all of a sudden you have to be on all of them, and they're all the same thing. And so then you end up posting the same thing everywhere. And I'm sure your followers are sick of seeing the same video 4 times. I know mine are of mine. Like, oh, did you really have to post that everywhere? Well, yeah,
Yes.
like the goal is to try to hit as many people as possible with this.
And some people only have Instagram or they only have Facebook.
Yeah. So who knows? It just looks like they've decided to jump on the Twitter, Facebook trend of statuses.
Yeah, so everybody, thoughts and prayers to social media managers, people that have to do social media for their job. If you don't have to do that for your job, you should be feeling very blessed right now, and you probably don't care about this update at all.
Yeah, we're your social media platform, this show, so thank you for that. You can hit us up anytime, 780-784-7107 with whatever your status or note is. Play 107, Ryder and Lisa, the 90s at 9. Your hometown of St. Albert had quite the incident yesterday. There was a man who was out running around naked. Streaking, middle of the day.
Whereabouts?
Gervais Road.
Okay.
Just ripping.
Wow, lots of traffic on that road.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, the video I saw was a police officer chasing the guy.
Oh, no, that's humiliating. For the police officer. Like, I can't imagine. In
Yeah,
those
that's
moments,
true, actually.
that must be one of the most, like, embarrassing things of the job when you have to try and catch someone on foot. Huffing, puffing,
Yeah.
trying your best.
The cops were actually chasing him in a vehicle. This guy was ripping.
Oh,
just
okay.
solo,
I thought
though.
the cops were running after him on foot.
No, they were in the vehicle. I
Okay,
don't know how this
awesome.
thing ended, but Reddit Edmonton ended up being just a wonderful place for a comment section yesterday on this. I want to read some of my favorite. From Doot Booter, RCMP giving a dedicated marathon runner an escort. How wholesome. That was followed by so dedicated he's doing it ancient Greek style. Also commented on here, you can tell it's his first offense. Look at that white butt glistening in the sun.
First time streaking, we can tell.
You go for a little jog around the block, but forget to put your shoes on, and everybody freaks out.
He's not wearing shoes either.
Yeah. Somebody else commented, absolutely terrible, running without proper footwear. That's the real freedom convoys. We are joined by Chandra from Crave Beauty and Wellness Lab. You guys always have interesting deals going on. What can people find right now?
So right now we have get your Brazilian laser and you will receive your underarms complimentary.
Ryder, go.
So if you get a Brazilian laser, the underarm's free. So pretty much all the really annoying spots are taken care of.
Yeah.
Exactly, and they're perfect for the summer when you don't need to avoid the sun in those areas.
Dang. So tell us how it works. If you're getting laser done, you got to grow the hair out a little bit first, right?
So before your laser appointment, you actually shave the area, so it's pretty much hairless, and then the laser can get right up in the follicle.
Oh, interesting.
Whoa, that's so cool. Awesome.
So it's not like waxing. You don't have to let it grow.
Now, if you're going in and getting a Brazilian laser, does it last forever? Do you recommend people come back for a follow-up appointment?
So typically it takes 4 to 6 sessions to see full results. And then the only time it will start to grow back is when you'll need maintenance, if there's like hormonal changes, things like that.
And Lisa was wondering if you guys do backs as well.
Okay, I don't need my lower back waxed.
No,
or
lasered.
Well, we do full body, so it
Okay.
looks like you might be
Perfect.
in luck.
Chandra, for people that are listening that have never checked out Crave Beauty Lab, tell us a little bit about what you're all about, what people can do if they're stopping in, if they want to have a relaxing spa day, what can they get done?
So we're a full medical aesthetics clinic. We offer everything from facials, lasers, to Botox and fillers. And if it's their first time in the clinic, we're currently offering a promotion, Play 15, to save 15% off their first appointment.
And how do they get that? Just do they let them know they heard it here?
Yeah, as long as they hear it on the radio and it's their first appointment with us and they say play 15 or that they've heard us on the radio or they mention your guys' names, we can apply that same discount code. We'll know where it came from.
Awesome. I always get nervous when I can go somewhere and get a discount. I get kind of anxious at the till. So I want everyone listening to know, trust us. They want to know that you heard it on the radio. Don't be shy. Say, I want my discount. Let's do this. Where can people find Crave Beauty Lab? Where are you located, Chandra?
On the east side of Spruce Grove in the West Twin Plazas.
And online?
www.cravebeautylab.com or Crave Beauty Lab on Instagram and Facebook.
And that's Crave with a C.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chandra. Great as always to chat with you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too, Chandra. Chat soon.
Sounds good. Bye.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.